Evening, Pioneers. This is mjkk613.14. Coming at you again. Pie Through My Eyes, unofficial. Also, Hamadi and Pie out. Most of the English chats. So, you can find me there too. Been a while since I've done one. And, I've come to a deeper understanding, I think, of pie and what pie is. Surprise. I've been talking to a few people lately, and pie needs to be broken down to get the understanding. Pie needs to be broken down into smaller segments. Is what I'm coming to help truly understand what pie is and what it can possibly do. And for new pioneers coming into pie, welcome to pie. But please read the mod FAQ, read the FAQ, read the white paper before asking a lot of questions. And I know there are a lot of questions, new questions. Value. What is pie value? What is pie? What is pie? How do we do pie? What do we do for pie? Explain to me. Teach me. Okay. Well, for starters, we all need to grow up. Yes, mods are there to help, and we're here to help answer questions and get people off on the right foot and in the right direction. And when you're searching unofficial sites, you're not getting correct information. There is a lot of false, incorrect information being put out on a lot of social media, especially none of the exchanges. Any place you see a pie value listed, it can't. There is no pie to list. It's all speculation. And they're all speculating on speculated numbers to put out to do whatever. And that may be a good place to start. Okay. How does an exchange actually work? How does it work? How many know how it actually works? I hear supply, demand, total supply of pie, circulating supply of pie, all of that. Well, I just came to a realization that, yeah, you guys are right. You guys are 100% right. But you're wrong about pie total supply and pie circulating supply and all that when it comes to the exchanges. Dead wrong. Dead wrong. Why? Because. Now think about this. Think about it hard when you're starting to put out garbage information about pie value. Okay? How does an exchange work? Supply and demand. Who has control over pie supply? Guess what? We do. The community. Each and every one of us has control over what pie is put out on the open market. Yes. Yes. Because when pie goes live, listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying. When pie goes live, there is no pie on the open market. Zero. None. When pie goes public, there is no pie for the exchanges to list. Zero. None. There is no pie to put on an exchange for an exchange to trade for any value. None. Zero. I don't care how many pioneers we have. I don't care how much pie we have accumulated. There is none to the open public. There is none for any investors to get a hold of. There is none for anyone in the general public that is not inside the pie community to get a hold of pie. Well, now supply and demand. With what's going on inside of pie, or I should say, what's going on outside of pie. There's a huge community outside of pie, and there are pie economies that have started up. Trading pie. Now, some people don't believe in how they're doing it and what they're doing and all that. Put all that aside, because the economies that have started that are moving pie, using pie to buy goods and services, have a system in place that is keeping track, and they are transparent. Every transaction is transparent. It's recorded. It can be seen. Makes it legit. Granted, pie is not live yet. We own no pie. But there are in-app transfer pilots that started December of 2019 that have availability to transfer pie between. They can send pie to wherever they want. They can, their stack of pie, they can send pie anywhere they want inside the pie community. To me, that makes it, yes, there's a fine line. But if they can transfer pie to another pioneer, then that makes pie usable. And what they're doing is they're taking the biggest risk with what they're earning of pie to help pie economy start. Okay? So if they've come up with a system that works and is transparent, and we are able to use pie to buy goods and services, that means an economy is started. And it is. And the one economy that I'm involved in, the TPL. And I have a thing for it. TPL. Okay. I haven't looked last probably a few days, maybe 3-4 days. But they gotta be around 2,000 transactions. Or over 2,000 transactions using pie. To where pioneers involved in that economy can buy goods and services. Yes, it's a backer system. The ones that are taking the most risk are the ones willing to back us to get the economy going and risking the most. Yes. I don't care what anybody says about them. You're dead wrong. You're dead wrong. And it's taken me a little while to put it all together. Anyway, that's a different issue. Okay? So there are economies started. So here we go. We've launched. There's no pie out on the open market. But we have pie moving between us, buying goods and services. All these investors and people on the outside that finally get to see pie, when pie becomes real and ours and we can use it, then we can send it between each other. Okay? Test wallets are coming out. They're going to start to release test wallets the 31st of March this year. The pie that's in it is no good. It's no good. It's garbage. All it's good for is for us to learn to use the wallets to transfer pie between us. Okay? Don't go try stealing somebody's pie and all that garbage. The pie's, whatever pie is in those test wallets is no good. It will be gone at the end of the test net. Now, I don't know how they're going to transition the wallets, whether they're going to wipe out all the wallets at the end of testnet, and then we have to redo our wallets at the start of phase 3. I don't know. That would be my guess, my opinion. Because, man, there's going to be such a fiasco with the wallets. It's not going to be funny. I've seen it. I've seen it happen already. Okay? So, Core is giving us this time with no pie. Okay? And from what I understand, we can get a new wallet once a week. So if you screw up, you can get a new wallet without losing any pie. It won't affect the pie we're earning. It won't affect our pie balance. It won't. All it is garbage pie. Just to send to each other. That's all it is. To learn how to use the wallet, learn how to protect our wallets. Okay? So don't get all tweaky about the pie that you get in the test wallet. It's garbage. It's going to go in the dumpster when we're done. Okay? If you lose it, give it away, whatever, it's cool. It's all cool. It's not a big deal. All it is to move around and learn how to use wallets, because there are a lot of people that don't have a clue how to use wallets or how to protect them, or anyway. Okay, so we get this. You can't even buy anything with them. The pie that's in the test wallet is garbage. You can't buy anything with it. You can't sell it. You can't do it, and don't try to do anything with it. No, that's pissing my, yeah, that ain't gonna, okay? Because you can't. We can't. We're not allowed. I mean, not even being allowed. It's test net. It's testing both to learn how to use the wallets, learn how to trade pi between, move pi between us, okay? And it's also learning, debugging the protocol, the blockchain, showing what the blockchain can do, testing the blockchain to make sure that all of these transactions do what they're supposed to do in the blockchain and the blockchain is running correctly. That's our job. We have to earn the pi we're getting. That is our job. That is our job. One of them. Okay? So, here we go. We've gone through Tesla. Everything's running smooth, man. We're trading pi. We're doing whatever. Okay? Now, the economies that have started, yes, if we buy something, a backer is going to back us. When we get the availability to truly transfer pi, those backers have to be paid back. Number one priority, they have to be paid back. They put out the biggest risk to get this going. So, here we are. We're trading pi, and now we can actually buy something and send our pi to get something. I mean, the economy is moving. We're live. People will see us buying stuff. That's the bottom line of pi. Not rushing out to the exchange and put it on. There is no pi on the exchange until we put it there. Supply. Zero supply. Zero. None. For any exchange to exchange. None. I don't even think pi will list on an exchange day one. They have no pi. Core's not running an IEO. Core's not buying pi's way onto an exchange. Zero pi on any exchange. I don't care what exchange it is. Coinbase, Beyond, whoever. There is no pi out for the general public. We're moving pi. General public sees pi moving. I mean, I've already heard of big investors wanting to invest in pi and all this other. Okay? Well, I hope that is. I hope these investors are really wanting to line up to buy pi. I really do. And no pi on the open market for them to buy. If they can't buy pi, what happens? Zero supply, major demand. Supply, demand. Guess who's in control of demand? We are. Yes. People wanting to jump on. You guys are a joke. Okay? With that much control, we can set the value of pi. If we don't put any pi out on the market to exchange, or even between us or whatever, demand goes up. We trickle just a little bit out, they're going to be fighting over the pi that does come out. Demand goes up. Price goes up. How hard is it? It's not rocket science, folks. I don't care what the total supply of pi is inside the pi community. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's the supply that adds out to the public. We are in control of the supply that goes out to the public. If we've set a price for pi and we've agreed on pi, the price for pi, the value of pi, and we are using that value to buy goods and services between us across the board, how long do you think it's going to take for that value to reach the exchange? We don't put it out. Well, yeah. Just drop a little bit. Let's drop a little, like a drug addict, man. Put a little bit out there. Get them coming back for a little more. Yeah, that's something I know about. Okay? Drop a little bit out there. Get them coming back for a little more. Price goes up. Demand goes up. Price goes up. That's what's going to happen. That's what should happen when pi goes live. Okay? Now, I know, I've been listening to it for years on pi's going to open for this, and it's going to open for that, and it's going to open for this and that, and it's going to be under. I saw one guy post, pi goes out, right now, pi goes out 4 digits. They added another digit when they started the pilot. So pi goes out 5 digits. This clown had it that far out. 4 zeros, 0.00001 or less. Well, you can't go less than that. That pie only goes out 5 places. That is as low as it can go. Okay. Now, if you go out a dime, what is it, dime? 0.001 is 0.00010. Yeah, it can go lower. Okay. Well, if you're willing to sell at that, okay. And I was just talking to somebody from Nepal. We had a long conversation. That was also part of what brought me to the understanding that I'm at. Yes. I hear a lot about third world countries are going to do it because they can get so much for this and so much for that. Okay. If we're using pie, and we can buy goods with pie. I know you can already buy a 5-gallon bucket of rice for 0.25 pie. Now, there's no way to exchange pie to get any dollar value out of it. But you can go inside the community and you can buy 5-gallon rice for 0.25 pie. Well, if you're going to sell one pie for a dime, you're going to need to sell a whole lot of pie to buy that $25 bucket of rice. When you could have stayed inside a pie, use one pie, use 0.25 pie to buy that. I don't care what shipping is. Don't worry about shipping. Shipping isn't the issue right now. It's what can you buy with it. Well, if I have 1 or 2 pie, I'm just coming into pie, and I'm in a third world country, and I'm in 1 or 2 pie. It's going to cost me more than that if it lists on exchange to exchange it. But I have $200 worth of buying power. That's what? 8 buckets of rice? I just fed the whole village, man, for 8 buckets of rice. And I probably fed them for a couple of months. It's not rocket science, folks. It's not. And eventually, these third world countries, the members of the pioneers from these third world countries that are inside a pie, their economy will match any first world country out here. We will be on the same page. We will be trading, man. Yeah, I told the dude to be careful. I told the dude to be careful because he's going to be a powerful man in this country, even if he has a few hundred pie. Yeah. You need to be careful, man, because it's ugly out there in the world. And the people that are pulling the strings right now don't want anybody, us, normal, everyday folk, broke as hell folk, to climb the ladder. And guess what? Pie's letting us climb the ladder. Mm-hmm. I had a discussion with somebody the other night about Elon Musk. And I honestly do. I respect any man, any woman that has earned their way in this world and become wealthy on their own whatever. And I respect Musk. I really do. But I don't put a whole lot of stock in everything he says. I don't even know the man. Anything he says or does not control my life. Okay? I heard when he invested in Bitcoin, it dropped $1 billion, I think $1.5 billion into Bitcoin. So what? I mean, it's big news. When Elon Musk talks, everybody listens. Well, how does it affect you? It has no effect on me. All he did is he jumped on the wagon and hedging his investment because Bitcoin's doing what it's doing. Kudos to him, man. I hope you make trillions of dollars. I really don't care. It's what affects my life. If I have buying power with the pie that I've earned, that we're using, we still haven't even gotten to the public yet because we haven't put any out there. They're going to be crying. They're going to be crying for pie. Because they can see it being used, they can see the value of it, and they can see us using it. They're going to be crying for pie. Now, all of the economists and all of the stuff that needs to go on in that area to control demand. I mean, to control supply. Our circulating supply doesn't matter. We're already using it, doing it, trusting it, and people are trusting it being used. Doesn't matter. Now, I hear a lot about ads and all this other stuff. Well, man, think about it. Truly think about what those ads are doing. They're not lining the Corps' pocket. I mean, I hope Corps is taking enough out of those ads to live the same life they had before they started Pi. They have bills, they have families, they have children. Corps needs to survive just like we do. Yeah. They're not living in some ivory tower or whatever it is. No, they're normal people like we. Me and you. Yes, they have doctorate degrees and all that. Well, think about this too, guys. They have doctorate degrees. Do you really think they need to do this project to live a comfortable life? Hell no. If I had a doctorate, the abuses they put up with and all the garbage they put up with and all the stuff, all the work they're putting in and all this, yeah. Do they need to do that? No, they don't need to do that to have a comfortable life. They're doing it because of change. They're just as tired as we are. And yes, they are part of Stanford. And Stanford has some big programs out. And I know Google and Facebook and all that has been on the forefront for data harvesting and all this. Personally, in my opinion, I don't believe Corps is in that. I really don't. And I say that because of how they've written Pi. Because they've written Pi for the community. They've written Pi for the community. There are ways for us to earn Pi for our entire life, as long as we stay active in Pi community. There are ways that we can earn passive incomes of Pi, plus every active invite we have going into phase 3 that claims their account and stays active, we will earn a lifetime of Pi. The two of us create a pool of Pi that we can draw on over our lifetimes. It's written in the white paper. Okay? Somebody looking to screw us out of data, out of selling our data, so doing whatever, wouldn't be thinking of us in ways to earn Pi for life. I don't care whether it's 1 or 2 Pi a day. We get it every day. Every day we get Pi once a day. And if you're running a node, who knows? It might be twice a day. Once for the nodes and once for Pi. Or it'll all go into one. Once a day we will get some amount of Pi. Every day. And here's where setting value inside the community comes in. A new person coming in. Or even somebody who's been here a while. If you only have a few Pi, just like, a couple hundred or whatever, a couple Pi or whatever it is, okay, have to be able to use their Pi and not wipe them out. Even though getting a couple of Pi a day. The last person, the last group of people coming in, earning 1 or 2 Pi a day. They're starting at 0, man. They're starting at 0. Oh, maybe 1 Pi. Because on an invite, you can give them 1 Pi to get them started. Well, they need to be able to use that 1 Pi. They need to be able to buy goods and services with that 1 Pi. Yes, over time, yeah, they'll build a stack. We'll all build a stack over time, depending on how responsible and how adult we are and how, okay, we get Pi for life, man. And inside the community, we can use it. Yes, we are just getting started. There are no big vendors. There are no big suppliers. Okay. Pi needs to be trusted. So Pi's going to need to be out for a little bit so these outside companies can see Pi being trusted. But it still comes down to 1, 1, 1, 1. getting back to Elon Musk. Okay, somebody was talking about Elon Musk has got his eyes on pie. He knows pies, and he wants to invest. Oh man, he's gonna put a lot of money into pie and do his thing. Don't need him, don't want him. Oh God, no, how? I respect the man, and I respect his wealth. I do. But as soon as you bring those kind of investors into pie, pie is not pie no more. And you know what? Out of this conversation, the only way Elon Musk can join pie, I don't care how much money he's got. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's still one person, one account, one mobile device, one node on PC if you choose to run it. He's just like us. Now, granted, he may have employees and say, he can go out and say, hey, mine pie. And he can come up with thousands, millions of pioneers. But he still has to do it by the book. That levels the playing field. He's no better than you or I when it comes to pie. How many inactive people do we have? So he tells some plant he's got, some factory he's got, all of his employees to mine pie. How many are going to stay active? I don't care who you are. Okay? If they don't believe it and trust it and whatever, they're going to become inactive. He's no different than we are. There are already pioneers that have thousands. They have YouTube followings, thousands of pioneers. There already are pioneers that have million plus pie. They're already here. They've been here. Okay? He's no different than any one of us. Bill Gates. Bill Gates, he wants to come into pie. He's got to do the same. And you know what? Somebody has to invite him. And I know there's invite codes all over the place, so it's not hard to get into pie. But he has to use an invite code to get here. So somebody's going to be mining with Elon Musk. Elon Musk needs to use an invite code. Now, granted, it might be Accordion, it might be whoever, but he has to be invited. And then him and whoever invite code he used, they create a pool, just normal pool of pie, that they both can draw on over their lifetimes. That's pie. Pie is leveling the financial playing field for everybody involved in pie. Okay? And we still haven't put any pie out on the market. There is no pie to list on the exchange. It's all happening in the community. Anybody coming into the community still has to use an invite and still has to mine the same way. One person, one account, one device, one node on PC if you choose to. And the nodes, we can't farm. There's no farming. One node on PC if you choose. If that doesn't make pie decentralized, 100% totally decentralized, it is, man. And Core has written it in a way that there can be no accumulation of wealth. There can be no accumulation of the nodes. And pie is being distributed around the community as fairly and as evenly as it can every day. No concentration of wealth. Yes, there will be some wealthy people in pie. There will. Okay? Yes, they've earned it. They deserve it. They've been here. They've put in the work to get the invites, to keep the invites active. They're doing their part. They're doing their job. They deserve it. They've earned it. I mean, back in 2019 when Pi launched, I'm still hearing the same stuff today from outside that I was hearing back then. Well, those same people that were here in 2019 are the ones that are helping to move Pi forward. Yes, there are a lot of pioneers coming in, and they see it, they understand it, and they're getting involved and helping. That's Pi. Doesn't matter when you join. That's Pi. Okay? So, we still haven't put any pie out on the exchanges for the exchanges to do anything with. And people are going to be crying, man. People are going to be crying. The community is just moving pie around between us. And then all of a sudden, hey, it's starting to be trusted, man. People are doing it. It's trusted. You hook up one one place, major place, like Walmart, Target, even smaller. The more mom and pop places we can get right now accepting pie would be the best thing that could happen to pie. But you get a franchise accepting pie, one, just one, and there are already franchises out there accepting Bitcoin. What is it? ETN, ETH, Electroleum. Electroleum's doing the work too. They got some mainstream people that are accepting their currency, their coin. Well, if you got places accepting Bitcoin, accepting Electroleum, accepting whatever else is out there, they've done the heavy lifting, folks. Kudos. Thank you. Just thank them. Just thank them. Because if a place is accepting one cryptocurrency, digital currency, one, I don't care who it is. Let's take Walmart, man. If Walmart is accepting Bitcoin, Bitcoin isn't as stable and as trusted as what people think. Using gold, how are you going to use gold? Okay. Yes, it's digital and it's fractional and it's whatever. And it still takes 10 minutes to do a transaction. No matter how they work it, whatever, it still takes X amount of time to solve the computational puzzle to record those transactions. It's in the protocol. You can't really change. When you might get it down to 7 or 8 minutes. 7 or 8 minutes to record a transaction. And that's probably if you pay somebody a little extra Bitcoin to push that transaction through. Pi doesn't need it. Now I just heard the numbers up. I haven't seen any official numbers. I know 3 to 5 seconds. And when I first came in, I heard recording 3,500 transactions per block. I just heard it went up to like 5,000. A block produced 3 to 5 seconds. Let's average it on 4. Producing a block at 4 seconds at 3,500 transactions. I've already done the math on that one. Is 75 million transactions a day. It's as fast as the eye can see. No matter whatever system we come up with for payment, whether it's a QR code or going mainstream, it would be the easiest to do is a QR code. You punch up a QR code and you put it up against their scanner and it gets a QR code and it automatically deducts Pi and whatever it is, and you walk out the door with your items as fast as the eye can see. It makes it competitive. It makes it usable. Makes it trusted, makes it, okay, you take one place like Walmart accepting Pi, game over. Game over. Pi will go mainstream. In my opinion, unofficial. Because you take one place, I put out Little Caesars and McDonald's and Target and whatever. One place that is already accepting digital currency, cryptocurrency. It's easy. It's a lot easier to get in the door and say, hey, I got something that's trusted, that's faster, better, whatever. And it has a stable value, usable. They go, oh yeah, I like this one. I like this one. We'll go with this one. And we still haven't put any Pi out on the open market yet. They can't get it. They can't get it. We didn't put it out there. Supply and demand. You don't think demand is going to go up and people are going to be crying and wanting Pi? You might be sorely mistaken. And this is just me. My opinion. If we don't put it out there, they can't get it. If they can't get it, they're going to want it. The more it's being used, the more it's becoming trusted. The more it's going to become acceptable for businesses to use. But you know what? Somewhere, I don't know all the ins and outs. Somewhere along the line, they're going to have to be pioneers. They're going to have to be pioneers to get Pi, for us to trade Pi with them. They're going to have to become a pioneer. The head dude at Walmart is going to be a pioneer so they can accept it. Come on, man. That's real. That's the only way we can transfer pie. Is between us. I don't care who you are. It's the only way. So that means he's got to use invite to get into pie. That's pie, man. Whether you believe it or not, it's in the white paper. It's written. I'm not talking anything that's not written that it's not possible to become reality. Pie is change. Pie is not what it's about today. Pie is about what is possible. Thanks, Crypto Legend. Yeah. Okay. We still haven't put any pie out on the market. Think about it. If we don't put it out there, it's not out there. If one place, it's only going to take one, to accept pie to be able to use as a means of exchange to buy their goods. How long do you think it's going to take for their vendors to start accepting pie? Well, I've heard the story and I've heard the argument. I've heard we have to be able to replenish goods. They have to be able to replenish goods. They have to be, okay. Currently, yes. 100% will not deny and agree. So, here's where the fine line comes in. Because places today accept fake currency. The dollar, the yen, the whatever, Deutschmark, franc, whatever. That's what they accept. So, pie will need to go to the exchange. An exchange will need to list pie because somewhere along the line, currently, right now, pie will have to trade for another currency to be able to keep goods supplied. And I can tell you right now, with 14 plus million people, with what few economies and little economies and what we got going, isn't enough to supply 14 million people. It's not. But not many see it. The ones that see it are doing what they're supposed to, which is which is a drop in the bucket. I mean, what are we talking, 20, 30,000 people out of 14.5 million? But it started. It started. That's what pie is. We're not out there yet. But once a major player, like I say, any franchise place that is already around the world accepts pie as a means of exchange, how long do you think it's going to take before they have a vendor accepting pie so they can resupply their shelves, their inventory, their whatever? It's not going to take long. Not going to take long at all. But even the vendor has to use an invite to become a member of the pie community. And you don't think that changes the game? Do you really think that don't change the game? Because now they're a part of the community. They have a vested interest in pie community. You don't think that's a game changer? And I know, I'm just blowing smoke and talking shit. I know it. Yeah, it's written. It's written in the white paper. Once that happens, man, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. My opinion, my thinking, is the economists that are speculating, doing their thing, okay, we need those people. We really do. Because somewhere along the line, the supply that we're putting out, or the supply that is out on the exchanges, needs to be managed and controlled. Controlled. If we're controlling the amount of pie supply on the open market, supply and demand. It's built in. It's already written. It's there. It's already written. I'm not telling you anything that isn't already written down. That isn't in black and white. And it's been there since March 2019. When Core first launched Pi, first put the white paper out for us to read. It's been there since day one, since I've been here. It hasn't changed. I've just got a deeper understanding of it. And that deeper understanding comes from talking to people. Mm-hmm. Helping new pioneers come in. Having the correct information. Being up on current and correct information. Having knockdown, drag-out battles with... I shouldn't say knockdown, drag-out anymore. Yeah, they've been knockdown, drag-out battles. Debate. Healthy debate. Healthy debate is good. Skepticism is good. It is. Because it keeps everybody honest and keeps everybody on their toes. We should never lose that, man. Because we are going to have a new freedom. We are going to have a new freedom. But to get greedy, selfish, and fall into what's already out today has no place in pie. Because it's not about greed anymore. It's about being, to me, for pie to be a true success, all of the financial stuff needs to happen. Mm-hmm. Because that's what pie is built on. But see, pie is also built on community, us. Each one of us. We all have skills, talents, whatever, to contribute to pie. I don't care who you are. I don't care how young you are or how old you are. We all have unique talents. We all have unique talent. Pie, you know, I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. And I've never looked back or wanted to go back on what I experienced growing up and getting to this age. Ever. There are a couple of regrets and a couple of things that I would like to change in my life. But I can't. But this is the first time in my life that I wish I was, I don't want to go back to 13. 13 sucked. 18, 20. That's a good age. 18 or 20. Because pie is about what's possible. If we have a financial freedom that we don't have to worry about an income. We'll call it income. Those talents and skills, and we can pursue what we like. Young people coming up, you want to get into music and jam your ass off, man. You want to get into art, you want to get into the sciences, you want to get into whatever, you will have the freedom to do that. Nurture those talents. Expand those talents. Learn it, get good at it. We need it. And it doesn't matter what it is. Math, science, economy, all of it. But we will have the freedom to choose what fits for us. Me in my lifetime, I've worked jobs I don't like. I've worked with people I don't like. I've done whatever it was to survive this life, to get to this point, to make it day by day. Pie's about what's possible. You know, I look at young kids today, and I think, no, don't do this, don't do that, can't do this, no. And their dreams and talents and whatever it is as a child gets squashed. Because we have to conform to what society is. Now, I'm not saying that we don't need rules and whatever going on, no. Because we do. As a society, we do. But as a family, we need to be a tight-knit family. You take somebody, a young person, that has computer skills, has computer talent, can do public speakers, it doesn't matter what it is. And you nurture that talent, and you let that talent blossom, and you let it grow. Who knows what they can come up with? I know, I'm getting philosophical, and I'm getting deep, and whatever. Pie is about what's possible. What kind of things can we come up? And you know, the conclusion I've come to, and I know I'm going to be in the minority on this one. For pie to truly be what I would envision or dream for pie, Pi total supply, community total supply is too small. Pi will just be a player in the world that's coming. I know, I'm in the minority. I know. You know what? I don't care. Because Pi is what Pi is. Pi's not looking to be a world, a country or a nation or whatever. Pi's just looking to be a player in the future that's coming, that's here. And we are a community of Pi. Now I can go into a whole lot about what I see as Pi develops and blossoms and does where it should be. It has all the makings. Transactions as fast as the eye can see. At this point, 75 million a day, which is slow, low, whatever, compared to maybe some. There's going to be other projects coming up. They're going to be like Pi. The community is going to be like Pi, stretched around the world. Anyway, that's a different subject for a different deal because I could talk for hours on that one too. We still haven't put any Pi out on the market, man. Yes. Okay. Not until we put Pi out on the market will it get a value. I don't care what they speculate. And once Pi goes live, all of the numbers will be known. Pi will be transparent, decentralized. I missed on one subject when I was talking about the ads. I got 2 more points and then I'm going to shut it down. The ads. What does a currency need to truly be a currency? It's liquidity. Well, you guys are talking about, I hear it all. They're selling, they're making all this money and they're doing all this and they're doing all of that and they're doing, they're getting it's all going to court and it's all going to court. Okay. Stop. Please. Time out. Stop. For a currency, especially a new currency, digital currency, to have feet, to have teeth, to have something usable, it has to have some liquidity behind it. Well, because Pi supply is going to be as big as it's going to be, it's going to need a pretty big pool of liquidity to support it. On top of us, the dApps, the protocol, all of that. That's really enough to support Pi in itself. Okay, but it still needs liquidity. It still needs cash behind it. Well, if I thought Core was as greedy as what everybody seems to think they are, my ass would have been gone a long time ago. And I probably wouldn't have badmouthed Pro. I just moved on and gone to something else that I thought had what the capability of Pi has. And there's probably projects. To think there's not something coming up behind Pi that is going to be better than Pi, had learned from Pi, would be real shallow, real naive, real close-minded. Bitcoin is the only way. Well, no, it's not. If anything, history has proven that whatever is today won't be tomorrow. We're not back at whatever it is, 01 AD or whatever. We're not there, man. Yeah. Been a lot of innovation, a lot of invention, a lot of technology, a lot of shift in philosophy, a lot of shift in thinking since between BC and AD. There's been a lot of shifting and thinking and whatever it is since I was born in 61. That's a short time. That's a short time. And we ain't where I was when I grew up. Pong was the biggest computer thing going on, man. I know most probably don't remember Pong. I can't imagine why. But it was cutting edge, state of the art when I was a little kid. Yeah. I watched cell phones go from a brick down to smaller. I remember the flip phones, man. They weren't any bigger than so big, to what we have today. There is more computing power today in our phones than there was in the first computer that came out, Commodore 64s. There is more computing power and speed in our phones than there was in those first computers. What was isn't what it is. Isn't what it is, isn't going to be what it's going to be. So, to think that things aren't, yes, and I welcome that. I welcome them. I welcome the new technology. I welcome. I ain't gonna be around long enough to see how it's all gonna play out, but I'm gonna get to see some of it. Okay. You need liquidity. The amount of money that you all say that this is worth adds liquidity. Now we have liquidity behind Pi, and we have the foundation behind Pi, the apps, the protocol, the community, the trust. Pi is what it is, man. Pi is going to be what it's going to be. But it's going to take all of us to make it happen. And it's all not going to happen. It's all, okay? But it should happen if we stay out of the way and let it do its thing. As soon as we start getting in and trying to control this, control that, and whatever, no, that should all be left through the door, man. Yes, we need to oversee it. No, I'm getting off on something else. I look at the Native American Indians, stewards of the earth. Man, when the Europeans came over to the Americas, they were in awe and wonder at everything, the resources that were here. You know why? Because of the stewards of the land. We need to be the stewards of our future. Yeah. Yes. And it ain't on today's models and thinking and whatever it is. It's not. No. To me, personally, this is just my own. After looking at all the religions and all the stuff going on, and all the world event from all over, I believe the Native American Indians were the closest to getting it right, and we wiped them out. Anyway, that's another subject for another deal. Pi is about what's possible, and we hold our future. We hold our future in our own hands. Believe it or not. I know it might get a little philosophical. But me, I've been around here long enough. I've been on this earth long enough, and I've been through a lot of ups and downs, ins and outs, and whatever. And watching what we've done, hopefully, I'm not saying Pi's going to be there, but hopefully it's a start to new innovation, new thinking, new philosophy, new way of living life, leading this planet and this place better than what we've done to it for the future generations to come up. That's me, But I always get deep and I get whatever, but live with it. I'm out, guys. I've talked and hopefully I've covered anything and whatever it is. But Pi isn't about what is, man. It isn't about what is. It's about what is possible. We just have to wake up to it and see it. All right, man. I'm out.